I saw a remake of Ghostbusters, the movie, on TV the other day, or part of it. I couldn't take it. It's the most dreadful movie I've ever seen. The original with Bill Murray and the boys was pretty good. And after seeing a botched attempt at remaking the movie, I'm wondering why people decided that it was time to remake Ghostbusters. But that got me to thinking about movie remakes in general. Some of them are good and some of them are not. They're probably a 50-50 chance whether the movie will be good or not. But I also started wondering why people feel the need to remake videos or movies. Another example that comes to mind is Vacation. Now, the original movie starring Chevy Chase was pretty good. I enjoyed that. But you hardly ever see it on TV anymore because when Vacation is on, it's always the one starring Ed Helms. Both are funny. They're not quite the same story, but the premise is the same. You know, family goes on vacation. And then hilarity ensues. But I like the one with Chevy Chase better. And Ghostbusters is the same way. I like the original, although you hardly ever see it on TV anymore. So remakes in general, I'm not getting the idea behind remakes. One of my favorite movies of all time, as you probably know if you watch this channel at all, is The Haunting. It's a Halloween movie. It's about a haunted house. The best version of it, of course, is the 1963 black and white version starring Julie Harris. They did make a remake of that in 1998, I think, starring Owen Wilson and Liam Neeson. It's okay. It's a little bit atmospheric. It's not quite the same story at all. And of course, it has the monsters and the typical horror movie genre that you get nowadays. Nothing like the 1963 version, which I thought was actually scary. The 1998 version was interesting only because I'm constantly comparing it to the old 1963 version. But what I really want to talk about today is a remake of a TV series. In 1979, the BBC filmed the first book of a trilogy written by John LeCarre called the Carla series. And that first book is called Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy. The BBC made a 6-part TV series out of that starring Alec Guinness. It's excellent. And for my younger viewers, Alec Guinness, of course, if you're familiar with Star Wars, he played the Obi-Wan Kenobi character. But it's a 6-part series. It's available on YouTube if you want to take a look at it. It's very good. And the BBC also made a TV series out of the third book of the trilogy called Smiley's People. Alec Guinness is in that one also. They did not make a TV series out of the the second book. That's called The Honorable Schoolboy. And they didn't make that series because most of it took place in Hong Kong, Laos, and Thailand. So the BBC, I guess, didn't have the budget to move everybody to Eastern Asia just to film a 6-part TV series. But the books are wonderful. If you're a John LeCarre fan, and if you read all 3 books, you know what I'm talking about. I would have loved to have seen The Honorable Schoolboy as a TV series. But I also understand why they didn't do it. But the reason I bring that up is because I'm not exactly sure when this happened. I think it was 2015 or 16. They made a movie of Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy starring Gary Oldman. And I recently saw that in the last year. I really didn't like it that much. What the BBC took almost 6 hours to show on TV, they tried to cram into a less than 2-hour movie. And to get everything crammed into 2 hours, no, that's not going to work. So they had to leave a lot of things out. It's very confusing. And they had to compromise on the story a bit to actually get everything into a movie. Interesting trivia, John LeCarre was actually in that movie. I'm not sure, he didn't have a speaking part. He didn't play any real character that he wrote, but he was in the scene where the cast was singing the Soviet national anthem. They had the camera on John LeCarre for a moment. Another story that's been made into a movie from a book is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Some of you may have read those books. It's an original trilogy, and I forget what the other two names of the books are, but I really enjoyed those books. And in 2009 or 10, I think, they were made into 3 separate movies in Sweden. So they were in Swedish with English subtitles, and I rented them from Blockbuster Video. So that tells you how long ago this was. These were on videotape. But the movies were fascinating. I had read the books, I knew what was going on, and the subtitles sort of kept everything moving, but the acting was great. I enjoyed the video, the movies themselves. They were very well done and really held my attention, even though there was not one word of English in them. Recently, with Daniel Craig, they tried to remake or film an English version, I guess. They're not really remaking it. They filmed an English version of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which I also thought was excellent. And if you've seen either of those movies, it's probably the English version that you've seen. I don't think the Daniel Craig version of the movie was very successful at the box office, so I'm not really optimistic that they're going to make the following 2 versions because of that. Anyway, that's it. That's my take on movie and TV series remakes. Check out Tinker Tailor. It's really a good series. You like this video, I can tell. Why not subscribe? Just click the button underneath my picture and you won't miss any of the exciting action coming up. Thanks for watching.